Yo, what's up guys? I got the secret sauce for you guys today. The Type 100 was one of my favorite SMGs in Call of Duty 5 World at War. The MP40 dominated in World at War, which it also dominates in this game, which is kind of funny. But the Type 100, just because it was my favorite gun in COD 5, I decided to try it out on this game, and it's already really good, like the base version of it. But I found a build that actually beats the MP40 on every level. It does more damage, it has better range, it has better accuracy, it just has better everything, okay? So let's get straight into the build. I don't want to talk too much about it. I'll quickly explain everything that the attachments do, why we're running the attachments, and then we're gonna get some gameplay to show you guys how much this gun shreds in game. Okay, so here we have the build, guys. Before we get into the attachments, I quickly want to explain something about building games in the I want to say building guns in this game. There's 10 attachments, which I think is going to be intimidating for some people. It was for me when I started playing this game, like there's so much choice and stuff. But I found a good rule when building games that you pretty much want to stick by for every type of gun. And this rule is based around the magazine, well, basically around the ammo type and the barrel you're using. And what you want to do is you want to counteract your ammo type with your barrel. So we're using a larger caliber here, which means we're going to be using a heavy barrel, one that controls recoil and gives us accuracy, because heavy ammo types give us big penalties on recoil, control and accuracy. So the same is true for the opposite way. Like if you're running, this gun doesn't have any smaller caliber, but if you're running a smaller caliber, which a lot of guns have the option to, then you want to be running a light barrel. So keep this in mind when building guns, it's very important. I think it's the most important thing for building guns in this game in general, is just counteract your barrel with your ammo type. Anyways, let's get back to the build we have going here. Like I said, we have the large caliber rounds, 40 round drum, speaks for itself, a lot of damage, a lot of bullets. We have the barrel to compensate for our recoil, and then we go to our muzzle category, where we have a strife compensator, which also helps with our recoil control. These two attachments together turn this gun into a laser. Even though we have a lot of recoil from the ammo type, it doesn't matter. Just these two attachments together already turn this gun into a laser, so these two are very important for this build. Then we have our underbarrel section. We're running the Mark 6 skeletal hand grip. I don't even know, like stock. No, it's not a stock, a hand grip, I guess. Aim down sight speed speaks for itself. We want to make this gun snappy. It's an SMG. We heard our aim down sight speed here a bit with the ammo type we're using, so we're going to try to get some of that back. Then up next we have the ammo type. I'm running incendiary here. I've been playing this particular build with incendiary rounds and lengthened rounds. Incendiary definitely gives you the max damage for this build. It's especially on Das House, this is like very annoying for people. Yeah, incendiary is just, if you want maximum damage, it's gonna hurt your bullet velocity a little bit and your damage range. It's not really noticeable though. When you're running lengthened, however, you will definitely notice like your bullet velocity going up. You will pretty much track anybody from any range, just laser beam them across the map. So if you're looking for more of a long range build, definitely go for lengthened. Up next we have the rear grip section. We're running fabric grip, aim down sight, sprint to fire, exactly what we needed with this ammo type. Then the stock. The stock is one of the most important parts of this build. We want to be running the skeletal stock to get our sprint to fire speed back and our movement speed. I've tested all different stocks with this build. All of them just pretty much make this gun very slow, like in every way possible. It just turns into like an LMG pretty much, so just run the skeletal stock is pretty much the only option for this build. Optic speaks for itself. You can choose your own optic. I like the slate reflector on pretty much all my guns, but if you like something else, specifically for this gun, for this build with this gun, you could even run a scope, just because it's so steady and does so much damage long range. You could turn it into a long range gun, but yeah, I just like the slate reflector. It's good for long and close range pretty much. It's just a simple red dot sight. Then we have our proficiency, and we're running vital, increased area for critical hits. This is important. It turns the chest area into, well, not the entire chest area, but like upper chest becomes a headshot multiplier, just like headshots, which makes this gun even stronger. It literally 2 shots people to upper chest, even from very long range. I think it's like 3 shots. Which is literally insane because it's an SMG, which makes no sense at all. But yeah, that's why this build is very enjoyable to use, especially if you're like laser beaming people across the map and they're like what the hell is this dude using? And then last but not least, for our kit, we're using quick, extra sprint speed. All the other ones are pretty much useless. Fully loaded is nice, but I'm using scavenger, so I don't need the extra ammo. And the other things, I really don't know why you would be using any of these. Quick gives us back some sprint speed, which we need because this gun is, I mean, it's not slow. It says here at the stats, it says the speed is terrible, but if you use it in game, and you guys will see it in the gameplay as well after this explanation of the build, it really isn't that slow. It's still an SMG, so don't pay too much attention to the stats. I really don't think the stats are like an accurate description of how the gun handles. That's why I like to go for more like builds and the way they feel to me than just looking at the stats. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. If you guys are interested in more builds, I'll be sharing more builds on this channel. I just generally go for like builds that feel good or are fun to use. I don't look too much at the stats. Like, there's other big YouTubers that look at stats and I'll go very in depth to that. So if you're looking for stats and all that kind of good stuff, this is definitely not the place to be. But if you're looking to have like OP guns that also feel good and that have actually been tested in game, then definitely come back here, leave a like, subscribe, comment maybe after you use the gun. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what other people think of using this gun, to be honest, because for me it's one of the best guns in this entire game so far. And yeah, that's about it. Let's go to the gameplay so you guys can see what an absolute beam this gun is.
What the fuck, man? Ben je het gewoon tegen een hele kankerklem? We hebben Charlie ook.
Elke kill die ik maak krijg ik de challenge. Get 500 kills while aiming down sight. Elke kill.
Mooi toch?
Zo, dat zou kaatsen zijn.
Zei je wat?
Weer, gewoon weer.
Dus ben je gepakt, papa.
Ga gewoon dood, man. Paka.
Als dood. Want echt eventjes... Nee joh, neem gelijk mee weer joh, kankerlul. We breien helemaal niet joh.
Zelf niks.
Oh. Wat ik even voor aan. Ze hebben C en A gewoon gepakt. En dan hebben B ook weer. Wat een kanker zo is hè.